Cowabunga dudes, today I'm making my favorite chocolate chip cookie recipe that's both keto and paleo friendly. It's low carb, but it tastes absolutely awesome, and each cookie contains only 4 grams of net carbs. First thing you're going to want to do is set your oven to 350 degrees Fahrenheit or about 177 degrees Celsius, and line a baking tray with some parchment paper. Next we need to mix the butter and sweetener. We're using half a cup of butter, and I'll stick that in the microwave for about 30 seconds to soften it up and make it easier to mix. And we're also using half a cup of sweetener. I'm using erythritol. If you're paleo, you can use coconut sugar, or if your diet allows coconut sugar, you can use half a cup of coconut sugar instead. We're going to add the butter and the sweetener to a large bowl, and we're going to mix that with an electric hand whisk until it's quite smooth and fluffy. Then we're going to add in 1 large egg and 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract, and we're going to beat that in with a whisk. And then we're going to start slowly adding our almond flour. We're using 2.5 cups of almond flour, and I'm just going to add in a little bit at a time and then whisk it with the electric hand whisk. Add in a bit more, mix it with the electric hand whisk again, and keep doing that until it's mixed thoroughly. Then we're going to add in the chocolate chips. You can use sugar-free dark chocolate chips if you want. If you're keto, the darker the chocolate the better. I personally go with 80% or darker. I just cut it up into small pieces beforehand to make chocolate chips. I'm going to add those to the mixture, and using a rubber spatula I'm going to fold in the chocolate chips into the dough. And then using a large cookie scoop, I'm going to take a pretty hefty scoop of the dough and drop it onto the parchment paper on the baking tray. And I'm going to use my hand to flatten it to about 1/3 of an inch thick. This recipe should give you at least 14 or 15 cookies depending on the size of your scoop. We're then going to bake those for about 12 to 15 minutes depending on your oven. I'll make sure to keep checking them after 12 minutes. Sometimes they take 15 minutes, sometimes a little bit longer. You want to take them out of the oven when the edges are starting to become golden. The time it will take will depend on your oven and how thick you've made the cookies. When you initially take them out of the oven, they might still be quite gooey and soft, and they might look like they're not quite done yet. But when you leave them out on the side for 30 minutes, they do set and firm up, and they taste absolutely amazing.